Want to know the secret behind fat loss? Simple, it's all about a caloric deficit. And before anyone says it's complicated, don't worry, we'll break it down so everyone can understand. Your body needs energy to function, and that energy comes from the calories you consume. When you take in fewer calories than your body needs to maintain your current weight, it starts using stored fat. So instead of focusing on extreme diets, the trick is to adjust this deficit in a controlled way. That's the only way to avoid that rebound effect that trips up so many people. Now, it's important to understand that a caloric deficit isn't about starving yourself. Many think they have to cut everything, but the truth is, it's best to go gradually. This way, your body has time to adjust, and you avoid that metabolic block that seems to halt everything. You could start by cutting just 200 or 300 calories a day. For example, cutting out a soda and swapping it for water already helps. And if you want a practical tip, use an app like MyFitnessPal. It helps you track those calories and makes this progressive adjustment process easier. But listen, focusing only on calories won't get you far if you ignore the types of food you're eating. Unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods are essential to keep your body fueled and nourished during this phase. Foods rich in protein, for instance, help preserve muscle mass, which is crucial for healthy fat loss. And let's be real, nobody wants to lose weight and end up looking like they've lost muscle, right? That's why focusing on sustainable habits right now is a big advantage. If you're interested in this topic, don't waste time, subscribe to stay on track. When it comes to losing fat, most people just think about cutting calories and doing endless cardio. But let's get real, if you're not doing strength training, you're missing a crucial part of the process. Preserving muscle mass is essential because muscle not only gives you that firm body appearance but is one of your biggest allies in burning calories. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body burns at rest. That's right. Your body practically becomes a fat-burning machine just by existing. And there's more, this is where NEAT comes in, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It includes activities like walking, taking the stairs, and even doing household chores. You might not think about it, but all these actions burn calories without you even needing gym clothes. You know that thing about getting off the bus one stop early or taking the stairs instead of the elevator? It may not seem like much, but at the end of the day, it makes a huge difference. The big idea here is to use these moments to turn everyday life into a weight loss tool. If you want to start applying this, begin by increasing your daily step count. You don't have to jump straight to 10,000, but if you're doing around 2,000 steps a day, aim for 4,000. This strategy is powerful and helps break the cycle of inactivity with minimal effort. And of course, strength training is there to make sure you're not losing what really matters, muscle mass. With this, the next step is to look at what you're eating, which is where things get interesting, because a tweak here and there makes all the difference. Nutrition is, without a doubt, the area where most people get tangled up. And it's no wonder, right? With so many ultra-processed, sugar-laden options out there, it's easy to get lost. But for anyone looking to lose fat, the idea is to focus on unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods. That means vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These choices are your allies because not only do they truly nourish you, but they also give you a feeling of fullness that ultra-processed foods never will. You can start by swapping that cookie at snack time for a piece of fruit with some natural yogurt. A great tip to avoid ultra-processed foods is to keep these temptations out of reach. You know that old trick of not shopping when you're hungry? It works. And if you know you can't resist chocolate, for example, buy it in smaller portions. That way, you avoid overdoing it, and little by little, your body gets used to healthier swaps. The truth is, eating well doesn't have to be a punishment, it's just about adapting your taste buds. Making these small changes will help you maintain a caloric deficit without feeling like you're giving up everything. And of course, those in the weight loss process know temptations pop up everywhere. Parties, happy hours, even that snack with friends can be a minefield. But this is where the game changes. Instead of cutting everything out, you can apply the strategy of eating before you leave the house. If you have a meal rich in protein and fiber, like a chicken sandwich with plenty of salad, the chance of giving in to those ultra-processed foods is much lower. So if you think this path is for you, hit that like button, because next up, we're talking about how to maintain this transformation for the long term. Deep down, everyone knows that temporary diets are just a short-term fix. But for those who really want to lose fat and keep it off, it's about changing habits. That's the key. The idea is to swap the mindset of dieting for sustainable habits that can be followed daily without suffering. A great example is starting to cook at home. When you prepare your meals, you control the quality and quantity of everything on your plate, ensuring you're genuinely helping your body function better. Now, remember that changing habits requires patience and consistency. You're not going to cut out all the junk or become a kitchen expert overnight. But it's in this process that real change happens. You can start by setting small goals, like adding vegetables to one meal a day or swapping soda for sparkling water. These changes might seem small, but over time, they add up and become part of your routine. The trick is to adapt slowly, so your body and mind get used to the new choices. And one more thing, the goal isn't to deprive yourself of everything forever but to find balance in your choices. You can still enjoy the foods you love as long as you understand that they're part of a bigger picture. If you make the right choices most of the time, the occasional treat won't sabotage all your progress. The key is to avoid the yo-yo effect and stay on track. And speaking of that, there's much more you can do to adjust your routine and solidify this change. So, after understanding how losing fat can be simpler than you thought, the question is, what will you do with all this knowledge? It's time to step out of your comfort zone and put all of this into practice. Have you ever thought about how different things would be if you actually transformed your routine and reached the body you want? The truth is, action needs to start now, and every step counts. And if you want a little extra help getting there, Burn Boost is available for you. It's full of practical, accessible tips without crazy diets or extreme restrictions. The link is pinned in the first comment, so go check it out. Now, before you leave, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which tip you're going to apply first. I don't want you to miss any updates, so make sure you turn on notifications, too. And to keep moving forward on your journey, I invite you to watch the next video. If you are a man with wide hips, you should do this. Hit play and take it all in. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.